Then somebody else came over and said muzzle tough, which is not a word you hear a lot in North Carolina. Muzzle tough. And then the crew all went, yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, oh thank you, thank you.
Robin Williams in North Carolina speaking about his Academy Award nomination for Good Will Hunting. That was back in 1998.
Now, he was here in the mountains filming Patch Adams when he got the news. He went on to win the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for his role as Dr. Sean McGuire, the psychology professor who counsels Matt Damon's character.
Good movie. While Robin Williams' suicide has stunned the nation, it has a lot of people also here reflecting on his time here in the mountains. News 13's John Lee joins us.
And John, while he was here, many got a sense of just how genuine he is.
That's right, Darcel. It wasn't just an act. That's what many recall about Williams' short time in Asheville that left a lasting impression. Ruby Mayfield's saxophone is full of somber notes, touched by the loss of a talent like no other.
Nobody that could do what he did.
Saddened that it's come to this.
There's always a reason to live.
We are rolling.
In 1998, Robin Williams was the talk of Asheville.
It's going to be a hot night.
Even squeezing in a tour of the Biltmore estate while shooting scenes of Patch Adams in town. His time in the mountains was full of memorable photo opportunities.
His party was right here,
including at Tressa's Jazz and Blues Club, where he met the owner.
A very exciting night at the club. This is, of course, Robin Williams.
And that's where the famous fan fell in love with the house band, including Ruby and singer Cat Williams.
And I remember looking across the room and seeing this really hairy guy on top of a chair, clapping his hands.
Just the humility is the word that keeps coming up for me. He was just very nice to everybody that was at the club. He wasn't drinking himself, but he bought people drinks.
Later on, I was asked by Universal Studio, I think it was, to do the rap party for Patch Adams.
A gig in Chapel Hill they'll never forget.
He runs across the room, he goes, "Cat, mama," and he gives me this big hug and he says, "Asheville must be really lonely tonight."
Ruby even talked movies with him, including Moscow and the Hudson.
He actually took a second. He goes, "Why Moscow on the Hudson?" I said, "Because you played a sax player." He goes, "I did?" "Oh yeah, I did."
16 years later, the pictures of their claim to fame are bittersweet.
Just very sad, I think, like everybody in the world.
What I took away from him is to be fearless on stage.
Like everyone else, struggling to understand.
Here's someone that most of us would think has everything that you would ever want.
And Ruby happens to be a News 13 producer. Along with Robin Williams, they met another actor at that Patch Adams rap party, Philip Seymour Hoffman, who of course died of a drug overdose earlier this year. That's two amazing performers in the same cast, now gone.